Everything is costing more to do everything in the food industry.
The COVID-15 term to describe those few extra pounds you may have put on during the pandemic. But Canadian grocery bills are also getting beefier.
Grocers are actually investing quite heavily. They are spending more money because of COVID, following new protocols, sanitary protocols.
It's also the reason they're cutting back selection.
There's going to be more of that happening because it's costing too much for grocers to carry 39,000 different food items.
And if you think buying your groceries online will be cheaper,
there is a premium of 5 to 7%.
Then there's the supply issue and the challenges with temporary foreign workers.
We've seen about close to 4,500 fewer workers this year than we have in 2019. That's roughly about a 14% drop in the number of workers, and critically for food prices, they didn't arrive at the beginning of the season, and so farmers didn't have enough workers at critical times when they're doing their seeding, their calving, etc. So a huge shortfall in production this year. The Canadian meat, dairy, and other plant-based agricultural sectors.
Filling those positions with unemployed Canadians isn't a realistic expectation.
Many of these workers are hoping to actually go back to the old jobs they held before the pandemic, not necessarily take on a new job, especially one that's as physically intensive as a farming job for a short period.
The dollar's at around 75 cents against the greenback. Going into the fall, it's actually good news for importers. Their buying power is actually increasing. So if our own cucumbers or our own lettuce or tomatoes are too expensive, we can actually import produce from elsewhere, and those prices will remain affordable.
In the long run, most of us are still saving money on food since we're eating at home more.
Whenever you spend money in a restaurant, you have to pay 40% more to get the same volume of food purchased in a grocery store.
And he adds a lot of it could just be optics. Food inflation is about 3 or 4%, but it's flat everywhere else. In Calgary, Jonathan Muma, City News.